Hi everyone, Jim from Javelin here with a SolidWorks tech tip. I have some sketches here, and what I want to do is I'm going to create a lofted surface with this. So pick my edges. Actually, let's try something a little bit different. I'm going to try creating a lofted base, but I want this to be a thin feature. I want it to have a 20mm wall. So I'll pick my guide curves, and I'm going to go up here, and we're going to say thin feature, and I want it to be a 20mm wall. Try flipping that so it goes to the outside. Maybe the inside. No, doesn't like it. Okay. So using a solid loft sometimes doesn't work due to the geometry. So let's try using a surface loft. Awesome. So that worked. However, basically what I'm doing is I'm designing the head of a golf club. So how do I go about, but this shape represents sort of the inside surface. I want to thicken this by 20mm. So let's use the thicken command. And it's got to go 20mm out. However, when I click OK, it gives me an error. It tells me it's failed to rebuild or offset, or the face could not be deleted. The error message isn't too descriptive as to why, but let's try using the offset surface command in order to see whether or not that works. Because if it works, I can always patch it up at the top and at the other end, and then use either intersect or knit surface in order to fill that up. However, when I try to use offset surface, you'll notice that it fails here as well. Now this can be a bit tricky to figure out why this is occurring. However, one thing that I can do in order to find out that makes it a lot easier is I can split this up into two halves. So I don't know if the problem is to the left side of the line or to the right side of the line. But what I can do is I can use a split line. So if I go insert features, or insert curve, sorry, split line, then I can project this sketch onto my surface. That breaks this up into two different faces. It's still the same surface body, however it's two different faces. Because it's two faces, when I use offset surface, I can determine from this that the issue is on the right side of the line. Let's just test that hypothesis. Yep, looks like the issue is on the right side of that line. But now, I need to know if it's on the top or the bottom. So, let's go back into my sketch. I'll add another line here. And we'll find out whether we'll repeat the same process in order to determine if the error is on the top or the bottom. Any guesses? Okay, it looks like it worked up top, but you can see it's split that into a bunch of different faces in order to make that possible. I'm going to try using offset surface on the bottom half just to see whether or not that worked. Sometimes you do find that it does work just by splitting the faces. It's rare, but you do have to inspect the part because sometimes you can end up with these erroneous surfaces in here. Now in this case it would be easy enough for me to just delete the face. And then either patch it or fill it. Let's try filling it. Another thing that I can do if filling it didn't work is I can simply delete the face and then create a loft that fills it in. However, it looks like the filled surface worked this time. However, if that didn't work, let's go back a few steps. So I'll delete those. Yeah. I can continue to repeat this process. Maybe move these lines in a bit closer just to narrow down the problem. And then what you'll find is that 90% of my offset surfaces have worked. It's just this bottom corner, it's just this bottom 10%, and that might be possible to create using other surfacing techniques.